Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Around the Rules podcast for this February 11th pre-Valentine's Day edition of Around the Rules podcast. And as always, because this is pre-Valentine's Day, we had to bring our own Cupid with us. Unfortunately, we couldn't grab him, so we grabbed his team partner instead. He is the voice of Victory Pro, the voice of Creative Pro, Reality Fighting, Wrestle Pro. He is the sexy one himself. Sexy Ryan is back. Ryan, what's going on?
Timu Cupid, you asshole.
Yes.
And correction, it's Timu Fluffy. So anyway.
No, you're the white Fluffy. Let's call it what it is.
Gringos, I swear to God. Anyway, I'm here. How am I doing? I'm here, and we got a lot to talk about because, yeah, a lot of shit went down in the last weekend. Also, stuff that's gonna be coming up this week.
Yeah. By the way, when did we move to Antarctica?
I guess I missed that part of the memo.
I was saying, did we not get that memo or something? Because, guys, it's like nonstop snowing.
Yeah, it's probably not. It's not much though.
Well, that's usually how it works out, though.
And then Thursday it's gonna rain, so it's gonna,
Yeah, but guys, let's stop all the pleasantries. I've come to this realization with doing the show now. There's never a down period when it comes to pro wrestling.
I think Helen Keller could have told you that.
Yeah. But, guys, let's dive right into it because we have our first topic coming up, and that's the WWE releases. So, Mr. Peterson, I keep pointing this way.
Hi. Hola.
I meant to point that way. All right,
Hola.
Ryan, why don't you get started with us? Tell us who was the wrestlers who got released.
Certainly. So, the list as of now are as follows, in no particular order. Giovanni Vinci, Blair Davenport, Isla Dawn, Sonya Deville, Elektra Lopez, Cedric Alexander, Duke Hudson, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, the Good Brothers, and Paul Ellering and AOP.
All right, so let me ask you this now. Where do you want to start?
So I'm gonna give you my shocking factors of when I saw this list of who I was actually shocked about.
Okay.
And 3 of them have come to mind. One of them is Duke Hudson.
Yeah, that one was kind of a surprise because that one we didn't see coming.
No, that was completely out of the blue. He was having a great run in NXT, especially with all the Chase U stuff. And then when Chase U kind of disbanded, you would think that they would give him a singles run, but I guess, that wasn't the case. Another person on here that was shocking, Isla Dawn.
Yes.
Former WWE Women's Tag Team Champion with Alba Fire. And when I heard this name, I'm like, why did they get rid of her? But, and no disrespect, but keep Alba Fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought that one was a little weird.
And both of them and she was a phenomenal talent too. The last one, this one really shocked me. Sonya Deville.
Well, we have to preference it. That one was more of they didn't renew her contract. And her contract was set to expire.
Deal, something like that?
Huh?
She only signed like a 2-year deal?
I think so. From what my understanding is that's the way they were doing it with her, is that with her was her contract. But also look at everything she has done for that company.
Especially in the last 7-8 months.
I noticed with her.
She made Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler relevant again.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Did she though? Because you look at Shayna Baszler now. Is she relevant? I mean, I'm going to be honest now. I'm surprised she's still with the company. If we're going to be honest right now.
I'm kind of shocked about Zoe Stark too, because she's a phenomenal in-ring talent.
Well, Zoe Stark, people forget, has the background. She used to be a Mission Pro, Thunder Rosa's company.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at Shayna Baszler, I thought after all the stuff that happened with Ronda, I thought she was going to be gone.
I thought so too, honestly, but obviously that wasn't the case.
Yeah. But also, you have to realize, though, with Shayna, at this point, she should have been at least a 2 or 3 time champion, and I don't think she's ever gotten the belt.
She's gotten the tag titles, but not the actual world title.
No.
Because the other thing also, she was... This is where I think it kind of messed up with a lot of these talents. Down at NXT, who was running NXT at the time? Hunter actually gave people a chance. He gave Shayna Baszler a chance. Actually, 2 chances of becoming women's champion. She held that title the first time around, I think almost a year, I think it was. And then the other one for about 8-9 months. And then when she got called up to the main roster, when, some 72-year-old perv who likes to defecate on people was running the show, yeah, that kind of screwed things up. Another point, Sonya Deville. She was actually decent in NXT.
Yeah, but Sonya Deville was... I don't want to say the word she was a good hand, because you don't want to say that about wrestlers.
Didn't she come in through Tough Enough?
Yeah, but you also have to remember, she was the one where it was like, okay, we need a general manager for SmackDown. Give it to Sonya. She was doing everything.
And then I think 2020 she had to leave due to I think something had to do with a court case involving a stalker that broke into her house.
Yeah, she had a stalker back in about
2020.
Wow,
almost 5 years.
Wow, holy crap! I remember when that was being talked about all over radio.
Oh my God! Now another name on this list that getting back to the whole transitioning from NXT to main roster where they kind of died down is Paul Ellering and AOP, because AOP, they had potential in NXT as like a massive dominant powerhouse tag team. They were tag team champions.
Yes, I think the issue with them was when they got rid of Paul Ellering originally.
But that's what I'm saying. Like down in NXT, they were great, and then when they brought them,
the problem, not to cut you off there, but I think the issue was they realized they had Paul Ellering there. They were getting too much of this is Road Warriors 2.0. And I think because when they came up, was that, now you gotta refresh my memory here. I think we got a comic coming, which we'll get to in a second. Was that towards the end of Vince's run?
Oh, when AOP came up?
Initially, yeah.
You mean the first time? No. That was, oh wow, okay, he's gone again. So I'll give you all my opinions about each one of these. Paul Ellering and AOP. They, as John was saying, they came up after WrestleMania 12. Bear with me for 1 second. 33, I think that was the one in Orlando, where they took on Heath and Rhino on the Raw after Mania. And that's when AOP decided, we don't need Paul Ellering anymore. And that kind of ruined the momentum for them. Duke Hudson, you all know my answer for that one. Sonya Deville and Isla Dawn. Elektra Lopez. Elektra Lopez was part of Legado de Fantasma with Santos Escobar, Joaquin Wilde, and I'm forgetting the other guy's name. I do apologize. But what's kind of messed up about this one was that she got released on Saturday, but worked the backstage 7 on Friday on SmackDown. So that's like a massive smack in the face on that one. Blair Davenport, someone who was in NXT, actually had a decent run, and then got called up to the main roster, but was never used. And from what I heard also, apparently Nikki Bella's Rumble spot, I don't know if it's true or not, Nikki Bella's Rumble spot was originally supposed to be Blair Davenport. And if that's true, that's kind of fucked up. Although, speaking of which, one thing that was true was that Jordan Grace's spot was actually supposed to be Shotzi's. I don't know if John can hear me right now. Hello, Mr. Blaine. Can you hear me, senor? We apologize for the technical difficulties, as per usual, here on the Around Rose podcast. Aging Dr. Blaine, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? That's the real question. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, great.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, shut up. Lastly on this list, which is in the same category as I think it was Sonya Deville, Cedric Alexander, a guy who was there for I think about 8.5 years. Which I think honestly he knew his time was ending because he was a huge name in the Cruiserweight Classic. God, I wish I missed those days. As well as being on part of 205 Live when that show had somewhat relevancy for about 2 months. And then, going on there, then him going back down to NXT. And then I think he realized it was done. So his contract was up and he's like, I'm done.
All right. Sorry about the little technical issue. I'm trying to look into it. We do got some comments coming in. So let me just pull up these comments here. Come on. Really?
Ah, yes. I can see.
He goes, yes, the dynamic duo. That's what we are now?
Apparently so.
My two favorite buddies, Ryan and Jon, are back as they should be. I feel that Blair Davenport could have been more to impress. She's capable, but what people need to remember, it's made this season, so releases are inevitable.
But they usually do the releases after Mania, though.
Yeah, but somebody made a great point. I think a lot of these releases have to do with the fact of we're getting call-ups.
I think so, and also, if anyone's really been paying attention, to their schedule, there's not a lot of house shows as they used to.
No.
Which I think is great for the wrestlers. They can have a fucking break.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, Mark, I'm aware that I need a new laptop.
No, not a laptop, a laptop.
I mean, if anybody wants to donate one to me, I will greatly take one.
Yeah, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe on my OnlyFans for only $69 a month.
And then Randy from the Front Row Mafia chimes in.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Moving on.
No, the cricket is on ISPW Weekly and Total with Tom.
Ugh. Anyway.
And then we got one more comment in here.
A dead cert. David, can you translate that for us here in America, please?
I just want to go touch back on one quick thing before the internet crashed out on me. In regards to AOP, I think the problem was, and I said this before, with the whole thing with Paul Arrow, they were getting too much of the Road Warriors, especially with their look. Look at those guys, Akam and Razor.
Yeah.
They looked like freaking Hawk and Animal.
The only things that were missing were motorcycles.
Yeah. Oh, he said in other terms, she's getting called up.
I'm going to hold on to my thoughts because I have some theories about that.
And I read something that I don't think she's getting called up so fast.
Nope. I have a theory. We'll explain when we get to NXT. But John, I think that you said you wanted to play a game with these names.
Yes. And we're not, and I just want to make this clear to people who are listening, or if you listen to this later on the podcast side, this is not, believe me, we don't want to sit here and talk about people losing their jobs.
No.
But I decided to have some fun, and you guys can listen as well. Listeners as well can participate in this. We're going to run through the list of each person who got released, and we're going to give our predictions of where we think they're going to end up. It could either be AEW, it could be TNA, MLW,
wherever. We're just giving our honest. We're just giving our opinions.
Exactly.
So, shall we begin, John?
Right ahead.
All right, so first things first. Paul Ellering and AOP. This is the name of the game. Where do you see them?
If I'm being honest right now, I see Paul Ellering retiring because he's at that age.
God.
I see Akam and Razor showing up in NWA.
That's
I've
funny
said this before because isn't there the tournament coming up sometime in March or April?
I don't know. They haven't announced anything for that. They normally announce it by now.
But they usually, and for the tournament that I'm talking about, for people who may not know, there's a tournament that the NWA has been doing for it seems like the last eternity.
It was on a hiatus for a long time. Then they brought it back, and I think it's been almost a yearly thing. I don't know if they did it last year, but it's called the Crockett Cup.
And I think those two would be perfect. I mean, just to bring up a quick thing, the Colognes right now are in NWA.
Mm-hmm.
So why not?
Maybe.
No, go ahead. The way we're going to do this is this way. I just thought about it this way. I'll go, then Ryan, you'll go. And then if anybody in the listeners want to give their thoughts, we'll send it over to them. But Ryan, go ahead.
So either NWA or if they want to pull the Omos route and go to Noah.
I could
see them dominant in Japan.
Yeah.
Especially with either Noah or even Dragon Gate. New Japan, I don't think I see them in New Japan. Maybe even All Japan, honestly. Just Japan in general. Let's call that. Hell, we can see them show up in Stardom.
Merck says he thinks he will see them in TNA.
Maybe. Next up, the Good Brothers.
I hate to say this. They're one of the most talented tag teams out there. But I think they're running WWE. Not saying it did its damage. But honestly, let them go back to New Japan.
I can see them going back to TNA.
Yeah, but my whole thing is...
Imagine the Good Brothers versus the Hardys for the tag titles?
Or Good Brothers versus anybody, really.
Well, considering also at this time... Oh, wait, no, never mind. No, timing won't be... Well, then again, depending on what their... I don't know if I don't know if they have the 90-day if any of these people have the 90-day clauses.
Yeah, I think they do.
Oh, they still do? Okay.
I think the only one who wouldn't, again, I would have to look into a little bit closer. I think the only one that wouldn't is Sonya Deville, because Sonya technically...
And Cedric?
No, Cedric was a release.
I thought his contract expired.
No, I don't think his contract expired.
Anyway, you're saying New Japan. I'm saying TNA. Next up, Duke Hudson.
Just want to go. Mark says New Japan for the Good Brothers, and David said, "Yeah, in Japan."
Exactly.
Duke Hudson. TNA.
I think so too.
But a lot of this also we have to remember, guys. A lot of this also depends on if they don't like just retire.
Yeah, that's the other thing. But no, I see Duke Hudson TNA. Next up, I think this one's a blatant, obvious one, but I'm going to say it anyway. Cedric Alexander.
I would assume AEW.
Might join some Hurt Syndicate or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an obvious AEW one.
Elektra Lopez.
I have a crazy one for that one. Crazy idea for that one.
Mm-hmm.
What about AAA?
That's not a bad one, actually. I was thinking either AAA or even CMLL.
Yeah, I can see one of those too.
Or even MLW. MLW being part of the women's division?
Merck says TNA. The only reason why I'm hesitant with TNA with a lot of these guys is how they're going to feel wanting to go work for TNA with the possibility of going working again with the company that just fired them or released them.
Exactly. I agree. Sonya Deville. Like you said, the real question is, does she want to continue wrestling? Does she want to retire and pursue other career paths?
I think if she continues wrestling,
she's got a smoking hot wife, but that's a different story.
I hate to say this. She can go to AEW, but she would be the face of, and not in a bad way, but she would be the face of AEW for the women's division.
So basically, have her be the general manager of the women's division.
I would go even a step further. Have her book the damn division.
I don't know why we didn't even think of this for some. So yeah, I can see Sonya being a producer.
I could easily, because again, that would mean TK would have to get his head out of his you-know-what.
Yes. Okay. Blair Davenport, and I have my perfect opinion for this one.
UK.
Go back to Stardom.
Yeah, or I can see you going back to the UK.
Either one. She can do both.
Yeah.
She can do ICW in Scotland. Definitely Rev Pro in England. If she wants to go to Ireland, there's OTT.
What about Progress?
Progress is another one too. I think same thing with Duke Hudson on that one too, actually.
Oh. All right, well, let's just go through some of these comments here. Merck says Sonya retires.
Probably go to PD Williams. Oh, what about Sonya being a co-producer for the TNA Women's Knockouts division?
I can see that.
Because I don't think Gail Kim is there anymore.
Nah, I don't think so. Let's see here. Yeah, that would have been good. But that's the old woulda, coulda, shoulda.
They can be called the team down under.
Merck says Elektra goes back to the Indies.
She can.
But here's my only thing, though. Would she be, and now obviously I want to get your opinion on this because you've worked with a lot of independent companies. Would her name bring in people?
If promoted correctly, because I know a few places off the top of my head, like especially in upstate New York, I know I think Awesome Championship Wrestling would be a great place for her. Hell, even Game Changer if they can pull something off.
But that's the other thing also, because a lot of these you could say indies, but my question is, when you look at the name value, because that's what's going to draw seats in for an independent wrestling show.
It has to be like high profile indies, especially like in Cleveland, you got Absolute Intense Wrestling. I'm just on names I'm talking about. You have down in Florida, I think it's Coastal Championship Wrestling, CCW, as well as Boca Raton Championship Wrestling. Obviously here in the tri-state area, you have everyone and their mothers fucking running, but more importantly, ETU, as well as PWJ, Pro Wrestling Junkie. Yeah, Mark. I know she came out through the Indies. Hello, I worked with her. She came through with Electra Lopez.
Wait, okay, that I didn't know.
Oh yeah, she came up with the same group as Rebecca Scott, Megan Bain, Ashley D'Amboise. She came from that same class with Damian Adams.
Yeah, and that Mark just said that.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for stealing my thunder, Mark. I'm sorry, Mark. I'm the co-host. You're the fan. Shut it. I kid, Mark. I love you. Okay, Blair Davenport. We got two more names, and these two were shockers. But Isla Dawn,
Ireland.
going back to the UK.
Yeah.
I can see her also in Stardom.
Yeah.
I don't think she's ever been. I don't think she's ever been to Japan.
The only reason why I'm not saying any of the big companies in America, like your TNA or AEW, is for one reason. And I go back to name value. I know we talk about name value with the indies. She doesn't have a big name behind her.
No, she has more of an international pull. So definitely like ICW and all those other companies.
Mm-hmm.
Last one, and I think I have the perfect position for this gentleman, Giovanni Vinci, New Japan.
If he, well, you know the story of what happened with him, right?
There was a bunch of stories, and it had something to do. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it had something to do with him trying to hit on someone who apparently likes to yell, "It's Tiffy time," and some Ludwig Dick decided to got all butthurt.
If they go off the gimmick he had, I don't know if he would do it though, but I could see him open up an OF account.
Oh God, no!
But as far as him wrestling, if he actually can wrestle and it's not every match is him taking off his jacket and gets pinned in 3 seconds, yeah, I could see. I could see like New Japan for him.
Probably in the junior division or the never open weight division. You got all those names there. You got Hiromu Takahashi, Desperado, which I know he can definitely work with those guys.
Yeah.
Hiroki Goto, even Tomohiro Ishii. Dude, can you imagine Giovanni Vinci and Tomohiro Ishii?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, huge congratulations to Hiroki Goto for winning the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship earlier today at New Japan's New Beginning in Osaka. From what people are saying, that this was one of the better New Beginning shows that they have produced since pre-pandemic. But I think that's it. I think that's it for the releases.
Yeah, and guys, like I said, leave your comments below as far as where you think the releases will go, and we'll see what happens.
But yeah. So, John, how do you feel about getting a little vengeance on someone?
Oh, I always do.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because this coming Saturday, February 15th, live from our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., it's NXT Vengeance Day. Their first premium live event of 2025. And the matches they have announced so far, whoo-wee! God damn.
Let me know when you're ready, because I actually have the graphics.
All right, so first things first. For the NXT Women's North American Championship, we have, I'm going to go this way. There we go. We have the current NXT Women's North American Champion, Fallon Henley, part of Toxic Attraction, I think that's their name, facing off against the number one contender herself, Stephanie Vecchia. Now, this matchup, I think, is going to be a great matchup. However, with the way that Fallon has been, this is actually going to be my theory. I think Fallon retains with the help of a Toxic or Fatal Attraction. However, by Stand and Deliver, she loses the title, and it's going to be taken by none other than Big Mama Pump herself, Jordynne Grace. You want to talk about making a debut in NXT? Have Jordynne Grace become the Women's North American Champion on one of their biggest shows in NXT in Stand and Deliver during Mania weekend. Because if you and give her time to develop in NXT, working. Help. I would love to see. Help. We could even see, Jordan against Stephanie or Julia or whoever down in NXT.
All right, but let me ask you a question though. Stephanie loses here. You got to give her something going into Mania.
Well, we're gonna get to that in a bit because the next matchup also needs.
Hold on, Ryan. Hold on. It's Fatal Influence.
You can tell how much I really watch NXT, David. You can tell how much I really watch it. Well, at least pay attention to the names. I just fast forward to the entrances. But anyway, our next matchup also in the women's division. A triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship as the current champion herself, Julia, which is right there in the middle, takes on Roxanne Perez and Bayley. Now, first of all, Roxanne Perez coming off an incredible performance in this year's Women's Royal Rumble. Should have been the winner, but apparently she had no flair to become a winner. And Bayley, obviously an NXT alum, former NXT Women's Champion, has a little bit of, looks like something brewing between her and Roxanne. And obviously we all know Julia. Julia was the one that defeated Roxanne Perez to gain that NXT Women's Championship back at New Year's Eve in Los Angeles. And by the way, John, all that stuff I was saying, none of that shit is written down because somehow I have a good memory of this. I feel like this matchup is going to be phenomenal. However, I feel like Roxanne and Bayley are going to be too focused on each other, which gives Julia probably a better advantage to gain up on either one of them. And Julia gets the victory here, which then leads into what you said about Stephanie Vaquer, because we've all been drooling for this idea and potentially seeing Julia and Stephanie at stand and deliver.
Well, hold on, I just want to go back to the regular screen here for a second. As far as my two predictions for the two matches you talked about before we get to the other match I have the graphic for, yeah, I don't think there's any argument there. I think you have Jordan make her debut.
The NXT after the NXT. Sorry to cut you off. The NXT. I'm doing fantasy booking. Sean, if you're watching, pay attention. You have her debut at Vengeance Day after the victory, and then Jordan says I'm gonna be be champion. I'm gonna be champion and whatnot. I feel like showing who I am. Just like being the classic babyface bullshit or something like that. Fallon, JC, and person number 3. I don't know who the fuck she is. Anyway, she they all say no. They try to become the heelish dicks and try to give her, I guess, endurance tests and whatnot. They say you have to earn the opportunity to face me and blah blah blah. Kind of maybe a month and a half story of Jordan trying to gain that opportunity to go for the North American title. Pretty much, Fatal Influence showing their heelish, dickish ways. That way, when it comes to stand and deliver, obviously all their flaws will be shown, and Jordan will possibly be victorious.
I'll go this far. I think Jordan. I can see Jordan. I don't think you can do it though, because Julia's a babyface. You're not gonna have Jordan come in and be a heel right off the bat. Because I was gonna say have her go after Julia, but it wouldn't work out. I think the match we've all been kind of creaming our pants for is Stephanie and Julia. But as far as those two matches, all right, let me ask you this though: for the triple threat match with Bayley, Roxanne, and Julia, who takes the pin?
I feel like Bayley's going to take the pin, which then possibly might lead into Bayley versus Roxanne at Mania.
Well, I agree, but I also want to add one other thing to it.
Mm-hmm.
Bayley is Teflon right now.
Yeah,
her taking the pin doesn't hurt her. And you could also make Roxanne strong going into Mania.
Well, we would have to wait until after Elimination Chamber for that.
Yeah.
Because next week, Roxanne has the opportunity to gain entry into the Elimination Chamber by facing off against Raquel Rodriguez in the qualifying match. Let's say Roxanne loses, and who's to say that Roxanne may show up inside the sneak into the chamber and screw over a win for Bayley?
Yeah.
Leading into their match at Mania.
No, I could easily. But like I said though, coming out of this though, you can keep her strong.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you keep her strong. But let's get to the matchup that I'm looking forward to.
Well, there's actually one more potential match I kind of want to point out because I think we'll clarify it tonight. So, for the longest time, All Eagle Ethan Page has been kind of on a downward spiral since losing the NXT Championship last year. And one person that he's been attacking profusely is none other than Javon Evans, where basically he broke his jaw and whatnot. So last week, Javon, these two were going at it for weeks after weeks after weeks, and said to General Manager Ava, "Hey, I want this match." And Ava said, "Okay, you can have this match, but only if you are medically cleared." Now, if it's true that he is medically cleared, then we could possibly see Ethan Page versus Javon Evans. And I have a very strong feeling, if things work out well, that may be where we might see some walking weapon debut.
Well, when is he a free agent?
Now.
Oh, his contract officially expired?
Oh, it expired like weeks ago.
I thought it expired February 12th was the date I heard.
Nope.
I don't know if you would have him debut there. I'm saying that for one reason.
Why?
I think you wait till after Mania.
Here's my theory as to why. Stand and Deliver. NXT Tag Title match. The North versus Axiom. And the North ending Faxium's lengthy title reign.
And then that's where the Hardys come out.
Probably. But that's also where we would see Axiom. Oh no, Nathan Frazier turned heel on Axiom.
Yeah. Oh, here's an interesting match we'll forget about for Julia. And I don't know how we can forget about this woman. She's a monster. Julia versus Zarya.
Or Zarya versus Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah, I forgot about Zarya.
But,
shows you how well they booked her. But no. I know we got one more match for NXT Vengeance Day.
Oh, I have an intro for that one.
All right.
Well, no. Hide it, because you said you had something else to say.
No. I just want. Oh wait, hold on. Disregard what you guys just saw. Disregard.
You were going to say something, weren't you?
Huh?
Weren't you going to say something?
No, I was going to go to the comments here.
Yeah, go into the comments.
Oh. Wow, David, it seems like you and Ryan have the same...
That's been rumored for a while.
But what I would love, at some point, if that's the case, the North comes up to the main roster to SmackDown. You get put into the same... You want to talk about a top 4 tag teams right there. The North, Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, Heel Street Profits.
I don't even know if they're heels, honestly.
Oh, they're heels.
I don't know.
I don't think you call them heels. I think you're more like they're tired.
Yeah, I don't blame them. Well, that's what happens. That's what happens when you get old. So anyway, last matchup for the NXT Championship, a triple threat match. Some might say it could be an impromptu handicap match. You never know. As Austin Theory and Grayson Waller takes on the NXT champion himself and John Blaine's favorite meaty man himself. Oh, yeah! They'll get all that beef in Obafemi.
Hey, I have been a fan of this guy before everybody else was.
So was I, asshole.
No, because everybody's like, oh, let's see. I'm like, nope. I'm like, this guy has the look.
There's no doubt about this. Obafemi is winning. Come, let's be real.
But here presents an interesting question now. A-Town Down Under. Do they become A-Town Split Up, Bo?
That I don't know. And I think Theory might be the face.
Well, let's be honest. Grayson Waller can't be a babyface.
No.
You look at Grayson Waller and you want to hit him because he looks like a bad guy.
Oh yeah, he has that punchable face. Kind of like you.
But on the flip side, though, okay. But now let me ask you this, though. This match is done. Who do you have go up against Obafemi on the biggest stage of the year of Stand and Deliver?
Trick Williams. That way, and Trick Williams loses. That'll be his swan song.
You don't think we're going to eventually see it? Because I would love if somehow we can get Hikuleo.
He debuts after the match.
For this one.
No, at Stand and Deliver. Because first of all, you're not going to put the title Obafemi to have him lose in 3 months.
No.
That's why they were teasing, him and Trick Williams. And we all know that Trick Williams is going to fucking go to the main roster sooner rather than later. So why not have him have a send-off match and a stipulation where should Trick Williams lose, then he's gone from NXT.
Almost like a loser leaves town.
Exactly. Title versus NXT career.
Well, crazy idea. If you want to do it earlier for that, Roadblock is coming up in a couple weeks.
No, you do it on the biggest stage of them all.
Okay, let me ask you this though. For NXT, which was bigger? Stand and Deliver Las Vegas or the theater at MSG?
Stand and Deliver Las Vegas.
Okay, yeah, I could see that
because you have a bigger arena.
Yeah, but I think the theater at MSG, that's something nobody thought NXT would ever be doing.
But at the same time, they're not going to waste a match like that at MSG. I mean, no offense to MSG, but you have Lily on the biggest weekend in wrestling history. Quintessentially on the morning of day 1 of WrestleMania.
Hold on, we actually got an interesting question now.
But they can do like a number 1 contender like battle. Oh, that's I forgot. Maybe after Mania.
I think Mania, coming out of Mania, I think this would be very interesting to see.
Because I think what they're going to be doing, if they do it again, NXT Breakout Tournament.
Yes.
That's how Obafemi was acknowledged.
Yeah.
But at MSG, why not do like a number 1 contender gauntlet where Trick Williams wins that?
Yeah. I was just saying, you want to do something big. It's the first time NXT is at the Garden.
Correction. TV NXT.
Yeah, they've done house shows there.
Yeah, they only did 1.
Okay. I never thought they knew they did that at the Garden.
Yeah, they did it at the theater. They did it at the theater at MSG. That was when Nakamura was champion.
But I don't think this was on the rundown, but I do want to talk briefly about the 2 releases from AEW.
No. All right, just to break it down, Malachi Black's contract is done. Ricky Starks and Miro done. Where you see them, I think I see Ricky Starks in WWE, Malachi Black going to WWE. Miro, I think, is going to stick with his acting career. That's my opinion.
Or I could see Miro and NWA.
MLW.
Or ML, yeah. You know, there's one.
Have him join Contra Unit.
You know, it's funny. It's actually not bad.
Yeah, that way you can hear Baba Thunder go, "Hail Contra!" What? I still remember when that went down. Join them, or you will die. Hail Contra! Well, now you caved in easy.
But
wow, you caved in easy. Who booked this shit?
One thing,
bro.
We just went through all the names of the 2 releases from WWE, from the 2 releases from AEW, and the 8 or so releases from WWE. How many of them do we have going to AEW?
One. Because it's so obvious.
That shows your thoughts on AEW.
Yep.
Speaking about old AEW.
Yes.
Brian, I have a question for you.
What?
Do you want to go down under?
I mean, for $50, 50 is 50, but
I talked some Grand Slam.
I thought you were gonna go a one-step joke. I thought you were gonna go a different direction with that joke. Because I was waiting for you to say, "You craving Denny's? Why?" Because I'm craving a Grand Slam right now. Oh wait, it's Grand Slam Dynamite.
Which, by the way, if you live in New York, this doesn't mean they're doing Grand Slam in Queens in whatchamacallit, in September. If you want to go on a plane and fly 16 hours, go right ahead.
If you're watching, that's you, buddy.
But guys, let's go with the first match here.
First of all, logistically, this show went through so many changes before the card was even announced.
Yeah,
because you had them originally going to a tennis stadium where they play the Australian Open. Then they decided, oh, you know what? No, we didn't sell enough tickets. Let's go to a smaller arena. And people were pissed because people spend about $400 or $500 on floor seats. That way, when they got their reconfigured seats, their seats were like way up in the top. Like, I paid $500 for this shit.
Let's start off with the only story that makes any sort of sense in AEW. The only reason why anybody should pay attention to AEW, and that's Mariah May defends her AEW Women's Championship against Toni Storm.
There's your main event right there.
Let me ask you a question. First of all, Ryan, what do you think of Toni Storm doing the whole thing of playing Mariah May?
Holy shit. Almost exact to a T.
Yeah. Let's go through some of the comments here before we go into this match. Mark, going back to the Obafemi thing for a second. He goes, not true. I liked him since day one.
Yes, we all know Merc loves meaty men. We already did that already.
We did that one already. He goes, oh, yes, true.
Yep, he agrees. He loves meaty men.
And our good friend
Holy shit, it's Billy! She's alive?
Hi, Billy. But, Ryan.
Yes?
Does Mariah May's run end?
Listen, with the story they have going on right now, if they don't let Toni Storm win, then that just ruins all credibility for storytelling as a whole. Because let's face it, Mariah May's women's world title run has been nothing but lackluster. Some might even say forgettable.
Honestly, but here's the funny thing, though, and I've noticed this, though. You look at what they've done with... Hold on, let me take this off of here for a second, because there's a similarity here with Mariah May's run with the championship compared to Cody Rhodes. And here's why I say I put that comparison. You remember the build that they had with Mariah May going into All In last summer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And everybody loved it, and they thought it was going to be the best thing that ever happened. Can you name me one time Mariah May is defending that belt, and the person who she went up against was a credible enough person to have taken the belt off of her?
Unfortunately, no. I hate to say it.
Look at Cody Rhodes. And we've spoken about this the last couple of weeks. The fact that you look at with Cody Rhodes when he won the belt against Roman at WrestleMania 40. And everybody was like, oh, he's going to finish the story. He's going to finish the story. He's going to finish the story. And what ended up happening?
He finished the story. And then,
and now what?
He's only had one credible feud with Kevin Owens.
I think one of the biggest issues we're seeing in pro wrestling is, yes, you have your baby faces and you have your heels, but you don't have credible heels. You're having these baby faces who are having these incredible runs towards the belt, like we saw with Cody, like we saw with Mariah May. But now look what happened. They won the belt, and look what happened.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, they went from the hunter to the hunty to the, oh shit, I have the belt. And it's, well, we have nobody who's going to, because who just won Joe Hendry. Same thing. I'm afraid Joe Hendry, and I hate to say this, is going to fall into that same category.
I don't think so for that one, because I can think of some possible opponents for him already. Off the top of my head. I mean, you got Eric Young, Frankie Kazarian, who, by the way, still has his cash-in opportunity.
Yeah.
You look a little dazed and confused there, John.
No, I'm just reading the comments here. And Ryan, Billy, I'm just going through the comments because I want to keep up with the comments. Come on. There we go.
Stand up straight. Hips out. And watch out for the shoe.
But that's but okay, maybe not Joe Hendry. Because you're right, though, because you have the guys who are credible enough. I think that, and I've said this to you before, the issue is Mariah May should be holding the title that's held by Mercedes Moné.
Yeah, she should have gotten that title instead.
The way it should be done, and maybe I'm talking out of my ass here. You remember years ago, and I'm talking the 80s, where you didn't go right for the World Heavyweight title. You went for the IC title first, and then you got built up for the World Heavyweight title.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way they should treat the TBS Women's Championship. As the IC title, as the, okay, we have faith in you to go after the World Heavyweight title. And the problem is, with somebody like a Mariah May, nothing against her. She's a talented wrestler. But I think you're taking somebody who nobody really knows unless you're a diehard wrestling fan. And the one argument I have had about AEW since the show started 3 years ago is they don't attract a casual fan. At least if you have Mercedes hold that belt, you can sort of attract a casual fan because you can have a fan who sits there and goes, oh, I remember when she was in WWE under Sasha Banks.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact you have them reverse, because now here comes the problem, though. Mariah May loses this belt at Grand Slam. What do you do with her now? You're not going to have this thing with her and Tony go forever. Unfortunately, Mariah May is going to fall into the island of irrelevancy. And I hate to say this. Billy, thank you. Billy just says here, she goes, Mariah May was so big in Stardom.
Exactly. She was.
but okay, on the flip side, Mercedes Moné should not be holding that TBS title. I've been saying that since she's been holding that title. Well, hold on, because here's my other thing. She's your highest paid women's wrestler, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes, I think she is.
Okay, that would be like the Kansas City Chiefs paying Patrick Mahomes however much they're paying him and making him the third string backup.
$500 million.
But do you see my point, though?
Yeah.
You're not going to turn around to somebody like Mercedes Moné, tell them, oh, we're going to pay you the most money out of any women's wrestler, but we're going to give you the B title. But we're going to give somebody who fans don't know who she is the main title. I mean, am I off on what I'm saying here?
No, you're right.
That's what this whole thing needs to come down to. Is my fear is Mariah May loses his belt. What does she do now? Toni Storm, I don't have any issues with. I think Toni Storm, if she's able to get the belt back, I mean, just look at the list of who can go after her. I mean, Toni Storm and Thunder Rosa, Toni Storm and Chris Statlander. Hell, I would even be okay with Toni Storm and Willow Nightingale.
I was just thinking of those too.
But Mariah May, she loses. Okay, what's next for her? So, Ryan, who do you have winning in that one?
Oh, I honestly, I still got Toni.
And Billy chimes in here and goes, TBS has something to do with that.
Warner Media.
Yeah, I think about it now. I can see Warner Media having some sort of
poll.
Yeah, in this, but
kind of like what Turner did with WCW back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. And what happened with them? Oh,
anyway, moving on.
Next up, we got, I think you can call this a dream matchup or a dream tag team. Because next matchup we got here.
There's your opener.
Is, if this thing.
There's your opener right there.
Yeah. Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay takes on Kazuchika Takeshita.
Konosuke Takeshita.
I don't know. I just mixed him and Okada together.
Oh my god! Oh shit! I forgot they're on that card too. Oh my god!
Who do you see winning this one?
I kind of want to see how the Aerial Omegas do. That's their tag team name, the Aerial Omegas.
Watch also, we'll be watching it, and also they'll say, yes, now coming to the ring, the Aerial Omegas. And I'll just actually go, damn it.
Actually, more like, where's my royalty?
Now, let me ask you this, though. Does this lead to, let's say it is Ospreay or Omega? Does this lead to one of them going after fuck, I keep fucking his name up.
Let the announcer say the name right, okay?
Go right ahead.
Takeshita.
Yeah, him.
Yes, and I could possibly see as I kind of want to see Omega go after Konosuke. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Ospreay.
Well, interesting question, though, because the next matchup we have here is Okada and Buddy Matthews. Is there a way, because I know they've been heavily hinted at Omega Okada at All In, could you somehow pull off something where, let's say, it is Omega and the international champion beforehand, Omega takes that. Let's say Okada drops the Continental belt to Buddy. Omega, Okada for the AEW International title at All In.
No, because I have another theory.
Okay.
Matthews and Okada. Matthews wins by disqualification.
Okay.
Which then will lead to the rematch at Revolution.
Yeah.
And there you can probably start building, because then also I don't think they announced anything about Double or Nothing yet.
No, I heard also supposedly Double or Nothing may not even happen in Vegas.
I got it. Double or Nothing's gonna happen in Abu Dhabi.
Well, no, because I read something that I don't know where I read this, that certain venues have it in their contracts that if AEW books there, WWE can't book there for like a couple of months after. And if that's the case, I mean, it would just be weird though to have Double or Nothing and have it be, in Chicago.
No. Oh, no. I got a better venue.
Okay.
What venue on the East Coast not only is a casino but has an arena? If they want to keep the casino trend.
You talking about UBS?
No.
Where?
Mohegan Sun.
Yeah.
If they want to keep the casino trend, then why not do it at the Mohegan Sun Arena? It's a perfect venue, including all the setup. They can draw maybe 6,500, 7,000 max.
Yeah, I actually didn't think about Mohegan Sun on that one.
How can you not? I fucking announced there, you idiot.
I forgot.
Of course you did, because it doesn't involve you.
Hey, be happy to see a 2,300 arena. I got it.
I'm sorry. They don't want to get herpes.
I got it. Double or Nothing. 106 Bergen Avenue.
Fuck off. If that's the case, then everyone's gonna be wrestling in bubbles.
Why, you can't see AEW running in Ridgefield Park?
Or if they want to, they can do Atlantic City.
I'm surprised more places don't run in AC.
Because AC is a shithole.
Good point. All right, let's move on to the next one here. For the AEW Continental Championship, Kazuchika Okada takes on...
I just gave you my opinion, you idiot.
I'm just bringing up the graphic.
Okay, Okada wins by DQ.
Yeah, I was just bringing up the graphic.
Because also, I think some Young Bucks may show up and super kick Buddy Matthews and screw it up.
Yeah, let's get to some comments here.
Considering they just dropped the. Here we go. Next. Swipe left.
We're having fun here.
Next.
Next match here we got is the Death Riders, who honestly I don't know why people.
I stand corrected. This is your opening match.
this is also the match that gets us your main event of AEW Revolution in March with Moxley and Cope.
First of all, I hate the fucking name change.
Why, you can't cope with it?
Go cope yourself.
Okay.
And also February 15th is where we're going to see the debut of Shane McMahon as the money mark behind the Death Riders, because I want this shit to end.
Oh, God. Mark, I was kidding. Mark, I was kidding.
Mark, why don't you go cope yourself into the bathroom and, don't come out.
Hey, they probably would draw more than they usually draw.
Anyway, I see Cope and White winning. No doubt about it. Next. And I think Claudio gets the pin.
Like, here's the funny thing. Even in the graphic, I just realized Mox doesn't have the freaking title.
He hasn't shown. He only shows the fucking briefcase. Which, what the hell is in that briefcase?
You know what that reminds me of? Do you remember the build of going into, what was it, WrestleMania 32?
Yes.
And it was the whole Shane McMahon had the box.
Oh, yeah. What was in the box? Well, we never know. We're still waiting fucking 10 years.
I think that's the same thing with this briefcase. Right. I think we'll find out what this favor was for Punk before we know what's in that briefcase.
Yes.
And one more match we have here is Harley Cameron that takes on Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship.
As much as I would love to say Harley, I don't think she's going to win, though.
I'm going to go a step further here. I'm going to say Harley gets the win here. What?
Sorry. Going back to NXT for a hot second, opening match was Cora Jade against Bayley. And all of a sudden Bayley's coming to the top rope. We hear a familiar music. It's Bayley's old theme. Oh, wait, it's Roxanne Perez dressed as the old Bayley, the Hugging Buddy outfit.
But
coming out to the there ain't no stopping us now. You know that one.
But yeah, I think Harley gets the win.
You think so?
Yes. You're talking about somebody who's over like Rover right now. Why wouldn't you? If you're a good booker. Oh, God, it's us again.
Yeah.
If you're a good booker, why wouldn't you want to strike while the iron is hot? But here's the thing, though. Harley holding that belt makes sense.
Whoa. Hold on. Breaking news, actually, getting back to NXT, I just happened to see it. The Triple Threat Women's match now, that was a fatal 4-way.
Who they had, Cora?
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
We got some comments coming in here. Merck said, I just might, Ryan.
Good. Have fun taking a shitter.
And the lovely Mrs. says, Ryan, they can hear you in outer space.
And they can see her from outer space, too.
Billy says the title is supposed to be in the briefcase.
Amanda, they can hear me in outer space, but they can also hear you as well.
All right, yeah, moving on. Yep, we know she's Italian. She talks loud.
Huh? But
yeah. Billy says, the title's supposed to be in the briefcase.
Supposed to be. Hi, Nikita Lyons. Sorry.
Hold on. I don't know why it won't let me Hold on. There we go. Oh, and then she wants to know. Come on, there we go. Are you sure you know English?
Oh, I know English very, very well, Amanda. Because unlike you, I went to school.
Apparently, according to Amanda, you just woke up the dinosaurs.
Okay, obviously grammar and spelling was not her strong suit because there was no little comma needed between the R and the S.
Ryan, she doesn't feel good.
She never feels good.
No, she actually doesn't feel good.
Again? Ugh.
Yeah.
But, and actually, John, little history fact. Do you know what really killed the dinosaurs? It wasn't, it wasn't that massive meteor. No. It was the sound barrier coming from her mouth.
Okay, can the two of you children just behave?
Really? Coming from the child himself?
Hey! I got nothing.
Like the evading, John. Anyway, as usual, we're going off the fucking rails. Great.
It's a rather old podcast. Will we ever not go off the rails?
Yeah, exactly. Moving on. Hold on. Moving on. Speaking of which, Open Femi's coming up next on NXT.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, but there was a G at the end of saying. Oh, my God. Obviously, folks, we all know that she did not win the massive spelling bee that you see on TV. Classic heel, Ryan. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, David. The only reason why I'm heel is because I'm speaking the truth. If you don't like it, well, tough shit.
Okay, Bully Ray. I meant Bubba Ray.
You're damn fucking right.
Hey, that means I'm Dave LaGreca, so I'm good.
Oh, so you're a condescending schmuck. Well, that sounds about right.
Hey. Do I just give you a full-blown intro and say you have, the King of Chaos and, Calfzilla?
Calfzilla? Good Lord.
And you just got schooled by a teacher.
I'm gonna keep
teacher
my
aide.
mouth shut.
Sorry, teacher aide. Sorry, teacher aide.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that. Oh, also, by the way, it is confirmed Javon Evans will be taking on Ethan Page at Vengeance Day.
But Mr. Peterson.
What?
We talked about Vengeance Day. We talked about Grand Slam. But now I think
there weren't any other matches of Grand Slam?
No, that was it.
Oh, okay. I thought there was one more. I could be mistaken.
Oh, jeez. I'm not reading the comment Amanda just said. I'm not reading the comment Amanda just said.
Oh, please read it. I'm dying to know what the cause of the dinosaur extinction has to say.
She goes, out. You know what? Screw it. I will read this one because apparently this is the way the show's going now.
Amanda, no one needs to know about John's secret tickle time.
Oh.
Oh, fuck. I'll be dead. I'd be dead.
Brian, question for you.
Yes?
We've traveled to Australia. But now I think it's time we go eat with kings and queens.
Oh, you mean come back to the States?
We have some VPW to talk about.
Yes, because unlike Amanda in this verbal battle, I am victorious. And speaking of victorious, it's Victory Pro Wrestling as they present the Kings of New York. Now, the reason why I said Kings of New York, not King of New York, is because right around this time of the year, we always do a massive King of New York tournament where the winner becomes the #1 contender for the Victory Pro Wrestling New York State Champion. This year, that however, the winner is a tag team tournament where the winners will become the new number one contenders for the VPW Tag Team Championships. And this takes place this Saturday in beautiful Bayshore, New York. And I actually have all the matches. What did she say?
No. Mark just said that I should start calling you Bully Ryan.
Bully Ryan. I actually like that. Anyway, so
Ryan, for once, I'm actually shutting up and letting you talk about VPW.
Finally, it took you about 3 years for you to shut up while I'm talking. Actually, 2 years, because, we had someone else with us. Anyway. What? I'm going to behave on that one because the comment I'm going to say might hurt my head. If you know, you know. Now, before I was rudely interrupted by the cause of the dinosaur extinction, aka John's girlfriend Amanda, and her massive sound barrier that basically Pitbull would even say she's too damn loud. Let's see. All right, so as I said, it's an eight tag team tournament, and the matchups are as follows. Matchup number 1, you got Valerie Vermont and Samuel Thompson taking on the team of Bones and Hamlet Hertzu, collectively known as Skull and Bones. In the second qualifying matchup, we have the Body Snatchers, which are the team of the God of Dad Bod and Marvelous, taking on Officer Ronnie Moses and the guard dog Malcolm Murray, Security Inc. Also, we got the best in the world, Steven Azure and Steve Somerset, the Even Stevens, taking on the team of Diego El Trabajador and the sweeper Eddie Prevetti, collectively known as Working Class. And in the final first round matchup, we have the team of the powerful one Ken Powers and TKO Kisenko, collectively known as Social Influence, taking on the debuting Seth and Micah Cortez, the Audacity.
Wow.
Now, there is a little bit of a stipulation for this matchup. I don't know if it's but yeah, I'm going to leave it as is. It'll be a surprise of how to get the actual results, because it's not going to be a long night. I'll tell you that. But besides those matchups, we got other matches scheduled. One of them I know John will definitely love because it involves two big meaty men, as the miasma Zach Ramses goes one-on-one against Rex Lawless. Where basically Rex Lawless's peck is bigger than John's head, which I didn't even know was possible.
Or bigger than yours.
Hey, at least I'm still a foot taller than you. Anyway.
Okay, Fluffy.
It's Timu Fluffy, you fucker.
Oh, I thought it was Timu Cupid.
No, it's Timu Fluffy.
So when I call you Capzilla?
No. So anyway, and then also all the VPW championships will be on the line. First off, for the tag team championships, the team of Pat Fitzpatrick and Jay Macias, QGTM, takes on the current champions themselves, Dr. Sleep Anthony Gangone, and the CEO of Kane Industries, infamous Adam Kane, Kane Industries. Also for the women's championship, as John disappears, we have the current champion herself, the Unforgiven Salem, going one-on-one against Valerie Verman, who basically is doing double duty that night, apparently. Also for the New York State Championship, the current champion himself, the leading man, Jack Tomlinson, goes one-on-one against Brother Greatness. Now, these two had a matchup already back in December, and it was a blindfold match at Fans' Choice, where, let's just say, things did not, pan out in the way that, we all wanted it to be. Where, let's just call it fact, let's call a spade here. Freaking, Brother Greatness and the referee were blindfolded, but Jack Tomlinson kind of cheated and was absolutely not blindfolded at all. So back at wrestling for the win a few weeks ago, there was a massive 6-man tag team match that involved Jack Tomlinson, Leo Sparrow, and David Graham. Where on the other end it was King Dante Drago was the best, the Rocker Boy Nick Robles, and Brother Greatness. And Brother Greatness actually was able to be victorious for his team and actually pin Jack Tomlinson, which management saw this and they gave him the opportunity. So you know what? Let's give him go for another shot at the title again. And then finally, for the Victory Pro Wrestling Championship, the son of the sun, the king of Kale, Leo Sparrow, defends the title against a Victory Pro Wrestling Triple Crown winner, the King of Queens himself, Eric James. Now, these two, I know these two are going to have... Now, Eric James, back at Wrestling for the Win, he had a phenomenal triple threat #1 contenders match between him, Desmond Cole, and TJ Crawford, where Eric James was victorious and was able to pin Desmond Cole to earn the #1 contendership for this match. If you ever get a chance to check out Victory Pro Wrestling, check it out on YouTube, especially the last event. Phenomenal matches on that one. But all in all those matches, the first round matches of the Kings in New York, as well as the finals, take place this Saturday. Bell time is at 7:30 at Pro Game Athletics in Bayshore, New York. I believe the address is 41 Saxon Avenue, I believe. And ironically, also, NXT is actually starting at 6 o'clock. So maybe by the time we're done, by the time, our show begins, maybe their show will be halfway done or fully done. Who knows? And I'm just waiting for Mr. Blaine to, I guess, come back. I don't know. And we do apologize for, unfortunately seeing this ugly mug on the screen, as John unfortunately has technical issues once again. But folks, if you're just tuning in, make sure to go back and watch it or listen to us on Spotify. Earlier, we talked about all the releases that just took place this past week, and also gave our personal opinions on where they might go, whether it's MLW, New Japan, TNA, AEW, WWE, Indies, pretty much any other places we can see them. We also went over, discussed Vengeance Day, which takes place on Saturday, and then also AEW Grand Slam Dynamite. There's a lot of shit happening on Saturday. Which also, I believe I think Grand Slam is taking place right after the NBA All-Star Skills Competition, I believe, because I know it's the All-Star Game weekend for the NBA, and I think, sorry. See, this is what happens when I'm the only one I'm the only one on here talking and whatnot. And I wish I can see, the comments, but unfortunately I cannot. Actually, hold on. Let me take a pull up the comments here. Let's see. John. Basically, Amanda said John was not the. Oh, yeah. Jon, Ryan, you don't know how to behave. That's a shocker that you're going to behave for once in your life. Very funny, Amanda. And again, for those that don't know, Amanda is John's girlfriend. So John's not in the room right now. So Amanda, now's your chance to run. Run. You're free. I kid. God, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Actually, while John is still, I have no idea what the hell John's doing right now. But I'm gonna give you my current updated schedule where I'm gonna be, coming up. Besides that, I got a Creative Pro coming up on the 16th on Sunday, which we'll talk about more in a bit once John comes back. Next Saturday, the 22nd, I am back up in upstate New York in St. Johnsville with Immortal Championship Wrestling as they present Immortal Combat 6, I believe it's a 6. Where they're bringing in WWE Hall of Famer Ron Simmons, where when I first saw that, I immediately went, damn! March 1st, I am back in Rahway with WrestlePro. After a tremendous return to Rahway back in January, they decided to run back and do it again. Phenomenal card, including from what I saw, first time ever matchup as the Dominican Destroyer Vargas goes one-on-one against the Bayonne badass Danny Moff. And that takes place on Saturday, March 1st from Rahway, New Jersey. I feel like there's something else on March 1st. I don't remember, honestly. Oh, yeah. Elimination Chamber. Yeah, how can I forget about that? There's something else. I think March 15th, I'm back in Victory Pro. We're back in Bayshore. Spoiler alert. Also March 29th, I believe I'm back up in Immortal, but this time in Dwaynesburg. For their show Homecoming at Dwaynesburg High School. End of the month, February 28th. I'm still waiting on confirmation, but let's just say it's something that may be nationally recognized. If you know, you know. Oh, his computer shut down on him. Oh, of course it did. John, if you get a chance to watch this, buy a new laptop. Please. Start up your OnlyFans so you can do the John Blaine needs a new laptop fund. And you know what, honestly? I'm just see what time it is for a hot second. Oh, it's wow, it's only 20 after 9. Jesus. I'm gonna talk about Creative Pro on Sunday. Because honestly, John is, he's still loading his computer. So I'm gonna, talk about Creative Pro Toxication, which takes place in Lynbrook this Sunday at the Knights of Columbus on Hempstead Avenue. Now, this is what's been announced for that night. As I have it on my itinerary right here. First off, in a fatal 4-way matchup for the Creative Pro Mayhem medal, the current holder of the Mayhem medal, Liam Davis, takes on the Rocker Boy Nick Robles, the Silver Sniper TJ Crawford, and CPA. Also on that night, we have the Latina Spice, Nat Castle, going one-on-one against the international pop star herself, Becca, who is making her, I guess, debut for Creative Pro. She showed up on Cap TV, but having her in-ring matchup at Creative Pro. We have a massive 6-man tag team match as the leading man, Jack Tomlinson, teams up with the Son of the Sun, Leo Sparrow, and the Phoenix, GKM, the Birds of the Sun, as they take on the Creative Pro Tag Team Champions, Evil Kip, and WWE ID prospect, Bryce Donovan, and the most professional wrestler, Brian Myers. Also, for the Creative Pro Wrestling Television Championship in a triple threat match, the current champion himself, King Dante, Drago is the best, takes on the team of Eric James and VSK. Now, a little bit of a backstory on this one. At Cap TV, King Dante, first off, faced off against VSK for the title, and was victorious. And then VSK tried to call out his tag team partner of Adrenaline Express, Eric James, to see if he can do the job for him. Which unfortunately he did. Unfortunately, he did not. And after the victory, both of them both VSK and Eric James, they knocked him down where, they say, hey, we're done, this is it, blah blah blah, whatnot. And Dante takes the mic and says, you know what, you guys are so cool, you guys think you can beat me, why don't you guys, I can beat you both at the same time, which then leads into a triple threat match. And Dante said it best, out of the two of them, who wants it more? So it's kind of like the same scenario as we're going to see on Saturday with NXT. In the NXT title match with Obafemi, Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller. Eric James and VSK are tag team partners, but could they set aside their differences and possibly one of them come out as champion, or will King Dante retain? Who knows? Anyway, also appearing that night is another WWE ID prospect known as the Dime Piece, Aaron Rourke, as well as the Creator Pro Wrestling Champion himself, the goatess of all time, Bobby Orlando. And this was made perfectly clear. The Dominican Destroyer Vargas will not be appearing at Toxication. Because remember, in case you don't know, Ariella Nix, the general manager of Creative Pro Wrestling, fired Vargas back in October due to him not following her instructions of letting Will Strauss take the pin. So again, Vargas will not be appearing. I'm going to make that very clear. I'm here, keep talking. Okay, that's exactly what I've been doing for the last 10 minutes, John. An 8-man tag team action. The team of QGTM, Pat Fitzpatrick and Jay Macias, teams up with the Even Stevens as they take on the team of the American-made maniac with a mustache, TK Wild, number one in your hearts, Phil Cardigan with a return, and Anthony Vecchio and Aaron Ortiz, the Shooter Boys. Then we got the Jesus Christ!
I'm back!
And it's funny, I'm almost done talking about Creative Pro.
Well, I'm sorry, I had internet problems.
No shit. Should I be to run it back again, or are you good?
I'm good.
Okay. Did you not hear me say that Vargas will not be appearing at Creative Pro?
Yeah, whoever's idea that was to put that post out, I popped.
I did too, and I'm part of the show. Last two matches for the Creative Pro Wrestling Women's Championship, the current champion herself, your homie Lenomi, Gabby Forza, takes on Jocelyn Navarro. Now, for those that don't know Jocelyn, she's very well known in the Midwest, mainly in AEW in Ohio. She's had a couple of stints with GCW. I think she had an AEW dark match back in like 2 years ago. But she's very well known around the Midwest region. And this is her first time on the Beyond Wrestling. And she'll be making her Creative Pro Wrestling debut in this championship matchup. And then, which I believe is going to be the main event. Oh, I swear to God, you should call this weekend a meaty weekend, because this is exactly what this match is going to be, all meat. As Bear Bronson goes one-on-one against TNA star himself, Frankie Kazarian.
Oh.
And John just Obafemi himself.
Yes, it did.
So based off what you've been hearing from both cards, what do you think about the cards?
Oh, they're both going to be great cards. But now I have a question, not for me though, but for somebody who's watching us, who may be watching us on Long Island and doesn't know which show to go to.
Oh shit!
Which show would you recommend people? I mean, not say to not putting you in a position of picking one company over the other, but if somebody's ever gone to a Creative Pro show, what would make them want to go to Creative Pro show, and vice versa?
Well, the perk about going to both shows is that you get to see Sexy Ryan. And hear the entire crowd chant Sexy Ryan all night long. But no, in all seriousness, to be honest, both of them are both similar and both in different ways. Because if you think about it, Victory Pro Wrestling kind of is like Creator Pro 2.0.
I feel like, and you can crucify me if you want.
I mean, I'll just take you back. If you want me to crucify you, I can take you back to the church in Bohemia.
I like the parking.
It was a beautiful church venue, and it was great. Sounds were great, but this fucker was only worried about the parking. I'm like, really, dude?
If it wasn't for Creator Pro, the independent scene on Long Island would not be as vibrant as it is.
And that's saying something too, because you also got NYWC.
Well, I'm saying though, because you have NYWC, yes, but after them, Creator Pro to me is number 2.
A close number 2, if you think about it.
So realistically, right there, then, if it wasn't for Creator Pro, because let's look at it, if it wasn't for Creator Pro, who knows if there would be a Victory Pro?
I mean, Victory Pro has been around, but I feel like with the resurgence of Creator Pro, I think Victory Pro got a resurgence because there was a dark period not that long ago where they were using the wrong people on their shows.
Hold on.
What is happening?
Hold on. Hold on. Oh. Shit. Hold on. Yeah, everything's like popping up right now on my screen. Guys, bear with me 2 seconds here. But, Ryan, you want to hear who's in the comment section?
Sure. Holy
How's
shit.
that for a name from the past?
Wow.
What if I were to tell you one of the AEW stars that was released is now being tweeted out as being on NXT?
If it is who I think it is, then obviously that just kind of gave it away.
Well, I'm trying to see actual confirmation from them. Because but the problem is WrestleVotes has been known to report lies, so I don't know if it's actually
Of course.
So I'm not going to say who it was, but if it is, wow.
But yeah, Jerry, wow, you're still relevant. All right.
He actually has a match coming up this weekend for Titan.
Well, considering Jerry doesn't talk to us anymore, he doesn't talk to me anymore. So,
he is in a tag match with him and I forgot who against Jeff Noyes and Blaze Haram.
Allahu Akbar. Sorry.
Oh wait, that was this past weekend. Never mind. I got mixed my days.
I mean, they are in North Carolina this weekend, so
yes, they are. Definitely go check out. Go check out any independent company.
But anyway, back to your question. Which one would I choose? If you want good family friendly entertainment, then definitely Victory Pro. If you want to see, I mean, granted, both of them will have nostalgia, but if you want to see almost, I would say, AEW type crowd-esque energy, minus the cocaine snorting general manager, then definitely Creator Pro.
Wow.
Yeah, I went that far because it's true.
I'm not going to agree or disagree because I don't know what company you're talking about.
Go on.
But I'm trying to think of anything else to talk about. I want to touch briefly.
Shut up.
Briefly.
Hi, you motherfucker! You are right.
Is it who I think it is?
I believe so.
Ryan.
First of all, don't fucking tell me what to do, man. I know what to do.
Sorry.
And by the way, our video is still up on YouTube.
I know
with
it
sound.
is. I know. I'm sorry.
Tell me like I don't know what the fuck to do. I know what I'm doing, man.
I know.
I just wanted to hear the crowd reaction. I am sorry. I'm sorry that I am a wrestling fan at heart. Still.
Oh my God.
But yes, you are correct. And actually, you know what? Since you read it, why don't you tell everyone who it is?
Ricky Starks is in NXT. Interesting way to debut him, by the way.
Nah. Yes, honestly. It kind of. But also, that was fast. That was fast.
I don't think they have a no compete clause.
Well, the contract right now, then yeah. But also, again, that was fast.
Well, we all knew he was coming.
Yeah. He came into black and gold pretty hard.
Yes, hopefully they won't. But be glad over one thing. Be glad Vince isn't running the company anymore because they would probably change his name.
Which actually, you know who Ricky Starks kind of reminds me of? A smaller Kevin Matthews.
I was going to go a smaller Dwayne Johnson.
Now, if you look at his face, it's the same facial structure.
Yeah, I can see that. But
anyway.
But I'm trying. We found out last night Jey Uso will be taking on Gunther at WrestleMania. Shocker.
I don't know why they pulled the trigger that soon already.
But somebody brought up an interesting. Well, actually, Punk's promo from last night. Did you get a chance to see it? He does have a valid point when he made the comment of something said to well, at least I had to fight to qualify, unlike some other people.
He does have a point.
Now, my question to you is this. Cena's been on this year, kept saying, I'm going to be wrestling every time. I'm not doing any movies. We've seen him once.
Technically twice now.
Yeah, twice. But what is it going to be? I know he's going to be picking and choosing, but to me, it's like, don't tell us you're going to be full-time then.
He must have learned from Dwayne Johnson himself.
Exactly.
Sorry, I got distracted by Julia and Stephanie right now.
That's an international buffet.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Oh, yeah, and also your boy Logan Paul defeating a WWE Hall of Famer.
That doesn't shock me, though, because they're pushing Logan Paul.
But what I don't understand is why the hell did they cut the feed right when Kofi was about to beat down on Rey Mysterio?
Unfortunately, the comment used to always be that was a USA decision. Now it's not.
It's not.
Maybe they don't want to give them the time of day.
Maybe it's all part of the story.
Maybe. It's all possible. But do you have anything else you want to get to? Because I have a few announcements.
I already announced where I'm.
Or a few programming
What's
notes.
up?
I have a few programming notes I just want to address to the fans.
I already announced like where my upcoming schedule while you were too busy reloading your computer. And I also convinced the fans to open up an OnlyFans for you to set up the John Blaine needs a fucking new laptop fund.
Yes, I do. I just want to touch briefly on BCW. The show they have coming up on March 15th is a first time. It feels like every match would be a first time ever.
I thought it was the 16th.
15th.
Saturday?
Yeah, I think they're doing it. Are they doing it Saturday? Hold on.
Because I know they haven't done a Saturday show in a long time. I feel like it's at Sunday.
Hold on, let me go. Yeah, you could be right. You could be very much right on that one. Let me double check. If my phone would load in. There we go. Sorry, I stand corrected. It was the 16th. Because as of now, they just announced No Colors, Just Brothers takes on South Philly's Finest.
Okay.
Gangone takes on Casey Navarro.
Okay.
And what should be your main event, or I think will be the main event, Darius Carter versus Sean Donovan.
Knowing how BCW books their events, that's not going to be the main event.
Which actually leads me to this. This Thursday at 9 p.m., we start the new show, BCW Weekly, where I will be sitting down this Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, with the one and only Mr. Cole, which, by the way, Ryan, remind me I have to show you something after we're off
Sure.
there.
And actually, I'm going to pause your statement for a second because one last thing I want to talk about with NXT, they just added another match for Saturday.
What?
Eddie Thorpe against Trick Williams in a strap match.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Continue.
Mr. Anthony Cole will be on with me Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, to kind of give you guys a little bit of a preview of what's to come for BCW in 2025. Then, starting next Monday, because next week I'm actually off. I'm on vacation. Perks of working in the school system. I'm bringing back Dynasty Week ahead of Dynasty's return to Empire Live on February 22nd. I can't confirm such names that will be on with me throughout the week, including Nahir Robles, Sergeant Fury, Dante Casanova, the one and only Mr. Chris Envy will be on with me. Also, Taylor One Shot will be on with me. Layla James will be on with me. And, Fox Vineyard will be on with me. Black Rose, Johan Nahara, and so much more. Guys, stay locked into the Around the Rope social media accounts. When I should hopefully have the final schedule put together by the end of this week, and it'll be on there. Which leads me to that, by the way. I owe the ATR Nation a huge thank you. Because I know there's people who think I'm nuts for being so much of an analytical type of person here. But the Facebook page is on the cusp, and I think we may have actually broken it already, of doing something I didn't think we'd ever be able to pull off. For the last 28 days, having 30,000 views on the Facebook page. So I owe everybody a humongous thank you. That it's you guys that push us to be on here every week. Even if some of us have the the sexy silkiness voice like I do right now. And then obviously Around the Ropes podcast will be back live next week in the heart of Dynasty Week, and who knows, might have somebody else from Dynasty next Tuesday night. And the only way you can find that out, you have to stay locked into our socials. And other than that, there's really nothing else on my end. I'm just trying to rack my brain here quickly. Nope, NXT, everything. We basically covered everything. But again, Ryan, I know you did it beforehand, but if you want to just run through one more time where fans can find you in the next couple of weeks.
Again, this weekend I got Victory Pro Wrestling on Saturday, Creator Pro on Sunday. Next Saturday, I'm also going to be in upstate New York, but I'm going to be at the Better event known as Immortal Championship Wrestling up in St. Johnsville with Ron Simmons. So definitely check that out. If you don't want to feel some dynamic pattern, let's see what else. February 28th, I'm still tentative on. I'm still waiting to hear back. March 1st, I'm back with WrestlePro in Rahway. March 15th, I believe I am back with Victory Pro. March 29th, I'm also back with the Better Upstate company known as Immortal Championship Wrestling up in Dwaynesburg, I believe. I think I'm still waiting to hear back confirmation on that, but knowing the owners, maybe not. I don't know. May 9th, how the fuck can I forget this? May 9th, I'm back at Mohegan Sun with Reality Fighting MMA. And so much more to come where possibly this summer I might be stepping back into the world of football. Only time will tell on that.
Well, hopefully, unlike the Chiefs, hopefully you can score a touchdown.
Oh, I'm not going to be playing. I don't give a shit.
But
I won't get swifted away.
Oh, you won't be somebody's 87 bad decisions?
No, because unlike them, I don't have bad blood.
I want to send a quick shout out, by the way. Congrats to the Philadelphia Eagles on winning the Super Bowl.
Thank you for killing the Chiefs.
It was a hard-fought battle. Oh, wait, no, it wasn't. You guys just wiped the floor with them.
Also, shout out to Kendrick Lamar for an awesome halftime show.
Yes, but I will say this much. I still hate your team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's just because I'm a New York Giants fan.
And I'm going to throw this out there right now. Last thing for Super Bowl 60, can we get fucking Metallica to do the halftime show finally?
Well, they are in San Fran.
But can we either them or get Dead and Company?
Yeah, that would be good.
Do something different.
Ryan, I'm just gonna say this right now. Football's done
for now.
The big boys come out to play. Let's go, Mets.
Damn right.
Guys, we'll see you guys here. Well, I'll see you guys back here next on Thursday with Anthony Cole. And then stay tuned next week. All Dynasty all week. A lot of coverage heading into the big show on February 22nd, Empire Live. You definitely get your tickets if you can. Go to purplepass.com/crown. That's purplepass.com/CROWN. I think I spelled that right.
Immortal #1.
I'm not going to read that comment because that's going to start a fight with me and the girlfriend.
Oh, I'll read it out loud. New York Yanks. Forget it. I'm not.
But guys, again, I want to thank everybody for watching tonight.
Hey.
Sexy Ryan himself. I'm John. This has been Around the Ropes Podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe to Ryan's OnlyFans account for 69 cents and $69.
$6.90. Thanks to inflation.
And guys, we'll catch you guys here next time. In the words of Billy Joel, life instead of hellos and goodbyes. But unfortunately, guys, it's time for us to say goodbye. See you guys here next week.
We didn't start the fire.